I just cry. Like I put my head down and I cried. I was like in a ball. Like I was just crying profusely, like just saying I feel like I'm good enough, like just really like purging. Like sometimes you have to like cry it out. Guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Tag Yourself in TV. I want to come in and say thank you to all of you guys for showing so much love to my recent video and my other videos as well. I feel like we are growing in the community now, and I really want to come on here and give you guys quality content. I hope that I am, but just more consistent and better as well. So today I really want to talk about how to transmute energy and how I am able to transmute energy. And if you guys like this stuff, we could talk about it a little bit on a more deeper level. But it's, to me, how you can transmute negative energy to turn it into a positive way, And I'll also go into how this technique is being used in the media just on a larger scale. So we'll talk about that. But anyway, guys, like I said, welcome back to Tag Yourself In. You are free to shop our hand-rolled incense by me, all made with pure intentions and love, in the description box on Etsy. We have incense to help uplift your energy, as well as incense to ground you, and so many other incense scents and that have properties. Incense basically benefits. But yeah, so today we're going to talk about how to transmute negative energy. But first, I brought about this topic because it's been, a lot of people have been speaking about shifting energies and manifestations. And so when we're shifting energies and manifestations and we're trying to change and trying to move into our desired reality, I feel this is the perfect time to understand how to transmute energy and understand actually the laws of the universe. When you are manifesting, that is very important. When I learned and I took notes when I read the Kabbalion is a very good book you guys should read. It'll teach you about the laws of the universe, the 7 Hermetic laws of the universe. These are the same laws that are being taught by the elite, the Freemasons and shit like that. These are the laws that they are using. Now, they are studying these laws probably on a more deeper level because they probably have access to even more information that we don't have access to. But we are studying them on a lower tier level, and some people don't even think about this information. So the fact that you've come across this video, to be honest, says a lot, because most people are not even interested in this topic or even interested in the idea of it being possible. Now, let's start with everything being energy. If we are energy and we are balls of energy, and energy is consistently moving, we definitely can transmute bad energy into good energy. So negative to positive, right? So that's definitely possible. So in the Kabbalion, you have the 7 Hermetic principles of the universe. And you guys, like I said, and what kills me, and this is so interesting, and I always will say this, is this book is called the Ashera, or the International Standard Bible Encyclopedia, which is so cool. That's what it says. So it says the Kabbalah, and then it says, or called Ashera, International Standard Bible Encyclopedia. Very, very, very interesting. Now, Ashera was said to be God's wife in some texts, certain ancient texts, and also Ashera is known to be revered as Mother Gaia, the Earth, Tiamat, and stuff like that. Also known as Mary Magdalene, and some depictions as well as, the Virgin Mary, so on and so forth. And Isis as well. Like, it's just a depiction of the Holy Mother figure and then the Holy Father figure in conjoined, if that makes sense. You have the 7 Hermetic principles. So the 7 Hermetic principles are the principle of mentalism, the principle of correspondence, the principle of vibration, the principle of polarity, the principle of rhythm, the principle of cause and effect, and the principle of gender, the principle and the principle of mentalism. So, and then the main thing that they teach within the Kabbalah, the first thing that they teach is the all is in the mind. So our universe, with everything that's made up, I hope you guys wasn't that damn horn wasn't too loud. Everything that we hear, everything that we see, everything that we see and everything that we experience is all in our mind. So all is in our mind. We we are of the all, and the all is in our mind. So the all is the all. There's no explaining it. It's just the all. Same way that some spiritualists look at God and they say, God is God, and that's it. There's no really explaining it. Like, there's nothing to look into it. The all is the all. So that's how they have it in some instance, right? So you have the different principles, and then, when you read the book, they go into different principles. But I really want to talk about the principle of mentalism. That is most important to me, or mental transmutation. So these are some notes that I took from the book, and then from the notes that I took and the information that I've gathered, this is how I was able to figure out, okay, this is the easiest way for me to transmute negative energy. And I did it recently. I'm going to explain. So stay with me, okay? So let's talk about mental transmutation. So it says in the Kabbalah, mind as well as the mentals and elements may be transmuted from state to state, degree to degree, condition to condition, pole to pole, vibration to vibration. True hermetic transmutation is a mental art. If the universe is mental in its nature, then mental transmutation must be the art of changing the conditions of the universe if the universe is mental. So this is what I'm saying. So let's read that again. If the universe is mental, if the mind, like I said, remember I said the all is our mind. This is the only way for us to understand and how to transmute energy and negative energy to positive energy, is understand that this energy and this mentalism and this universe, right, is in our mind. What we think of is what we perceive. What we perceive is what we view. You get what I'm saying? You get where I'm going? You guys can understand where I'm going with this. I hope you guys do. Let me know down in the comments. So if the universe is mental in its nature, then mental transmutation must be the art of changing conditions of the universe in a mental. If the universe is mental, right? Universe along the lines of matter, force, and mind, you see their force. That mental transmutation is really the magic of which the ancient writers had so much to say in their mystic works about, in which they gave so few practical instructions. Because no one really understands that the mental, in order for you to transmute it, you have to understand that it all starts from your mind, and it all starts from your feelings and your emotions. That is the very, very beginning part of transmutation of energy, right? That's the very, very, tipping of the iceberg. So we have to understand that that's just the tipping of it, right? So let's put that down for a minute. And so now we're going to go into the steps of how I was able to recognize and do this recently for myself and see progress of the transmutation of the negative energy that I was feeling. And I was able to transform into something positive, and positive things started to happen to me. So we're going to explain that now. So the first step for me was for me to recognize and be aware of it. So I say about, not this weekend, but the past weekend before, I was feeling very low. I was feeling like I was not good enough, and that was the key limiting belief. And I've been working on limiting beliefs and my limiting beliefs and working through my limiting beliefs. Like, I'm not perfect, and I want this page, I want you guys to understand that the advice that I give is because I've been through the shit. I've been through the shit, and I still make mistakes. Like, this is why tag yourself in. It's called tag yourself in. Being self-aware is a practice. It's not something that happens. You're going to wake up and be completely healed. Healing, this is what self-awareness is, and tag yourself in is healing. It's what it is. We're never going to wake up and be completely healed. You're always going to be going through something, and that's okay, because that's what life is, right? So, like I said, to be aware is to be aware. That's why I preach about self-awareness, because when you are in a negative energy, you can recognize that hey, I am feeling very negative. Why am I feeling so negative? So the first step is to be aware of your energy that you're feeling. If you're feeling negative, be aware that you're feeling negative. Then you can ask yourself, okay, what do I do with this energy that I'm feeling? Because sometimes people feel the energy, and what do they do with the energy? They use it impulsively and make things either more difficult for other people around them, or they take it out on other people around them. Now, the second step would be to shift your mindset and your perspective. Now, this goes into understanding the mind is the all, and the all is the mind. If everything is in your mind, and you, if they say that there's a God in you, and you are God, and you have the ability to operate as a God, but not God, if that makes sense, then you have the ability to shift your mindset and your perspective. So you can say, okay, wait, this is negative energy that I am feeling. That's step one, being aware. Two, how can I shift? You can ask yourself, how do I shift my mood, maybe, so that way I'm not feeling these negative feelings? Or how can I shift my energy? So you have to understand your perspective. So that's number one, is to be aware, recognize it. Number two is to begin to try to shift your mindset and your perspective. So look at it as a lesson. Okay, I'm feeling negative. Why am I feeling negative? Dig deeper. That's what I mean by your mindset and perspective. Not so much as, oh, I'm feeling negative. I feel like I am not enough. And because I feel like I am not enough, I'm going to say things that make me, that in turn make me continue to feel like I am not enough. Or I'm going to do things impulsively to make me feel like I am not enough. So that means shifting your perspective. Okay, now that I am aware of this negative energy, now I need to shift my mindset and perspective to know that just because I'm feeling negative and I understand, does not mean I need to act on that. So my perspective of this negative energy is now, what is the lesson of me feeling angry? Do you see what I mean by the mindset when you're feeling angry or negative or low? That's a mindset, a perspective. Okay, when you're able to understand that this is a feeling, this is a phase, something is wrong, maybe let's dig deeper, let's figure it out. That's what I mean by a different perspective. Because you can have one perspective where you're just seeing this negative energy as, well, I guess that is what it is. And then you ride on that frequency, and then you're wondering why your desired reality has not come in. Because you're riding on that frequency of that negativity. Instead of taking that, okay, why am I feeling this, and looking deeper into it. Now, the third step, after you've kind of recognized, okay, what is it? Why am I kind of feeling this way? Now that you've changed your perspective on that negative emotion, now what you're going to do is, number three, is sit with those feelings. Sit with those feelings and really understand them. Process. Number three is a process. So one is to be aware. Two is to shift your perspective. Be aware that you have the emotions. Two, shift the perspective of the emotion. Meaning shift the understanding of the emotion. Do you get what I'm saying? Number three, sit and process the emotion. Sit and process. So once you shifted your perspective from being angry and negative and agreeing with the energy, you can now sit with the energy, understand the energy, and really feel the energy. And understand that this energy that I'm feeling, because you've now shifted your perspective and understand that this energy that I'm feeling is a phase. It's something that I'm going through. And you're going to understand it when you sit and process it. When you're processing it, that is where you really start to dig deep. You need to start asking yourself questions. Why do I feel like I'm not good enough? Where is this stemming from? Does it stem from your childhood? Does it stem from something that somebody said recently? Does it stem from you looking in the mirror and not being pleased with what you look like, your body type, all of that? Where is it stemming from? Where is it coming from? How deep does it go? You have to look into those things. And that's what I had to do recently, literally. I felt like I was not good enough. I felt like I was not enough. So I had to recognize it. Where is this coming from? It stemmed from my childhood. I got bullied in high school. Tremendously. I got used by men. Too many men. Tremendously. I had to shift those feelings from, oh, I'm not good enough, to, why am I feeling like I'm not good enough? That was the perspective that I had to shift. Why am I feeling I'm aware of this energy. I feel like I'm not good enough. This energy is negative. I'm aware of the negative energy that I'm saying, of what I'm saying now. I now have to say, okay, why am I not feeling? Now I didn't have to sit with the feelings. Then I had to now when you're done with that and you're done processing the feelings, and sometimes the processing the feelings takes time. For me, it took about a day and some change, because I had to really sit, cry, and process, and my mom triggered the fuck out of me. She did. But it helped me it pushed me a little bit to really like see it. And then it was so interesting how the world works. She ended up giving me this, which I think before we got into like a little spat and she triggered me, she ended up giving me like this it was like a packet of like lip gloss and like lotion, hand lotion, and it had like stickers in it. And mind you, I was already feeling like I was not enough, but I wasn't really quite there yet to process the emotions. I was understanding where the feeling of not good enough was coming from. Like I was looking into, and I had in my journal, like I said, they're coming out. My journals are coming out about manifesting, because when you're manifesting, you have to understand your limiting beliefs, because you can't manifest if you don't understand your limiting beliefs. You can't do it. And so I'm writing the limiting beliefs down, and as I'm writing it down, I'm realizing that it's really affecting me. I don't feel like I am good enough. And I had to purge. Like I really had to purge. I got triggered. Like I said, she gave me a packet of like I said, lip gloss, lotion, and like stuff like that. And it had stickers in it. In the sticker, it was like a sticker that said, "You are more than enough." And I was like, oh wow, that was, to me, that was so like, girl. And I think it was after I purged and cried, like after I was triggered, I went in her room, and like I was staying with her, I think, for the weekend, and like we just got into it. I went in her room, like she triggered me, we got in a fight. I went in her room and I just cried. Like I put my head down and I cried. I was like in a ball. Like I was just crying profusely, like just saying I don't feel like I'm good enough, like just really like purging. Like sometimes you have to like cry it out. You have to let all those negative feelings and cry it out. And then I pulled myself together. I got up, and then I felt a little bit better, you know. We talked it out. She apologized for whatever triggered me. I tried to go back in and explain, why I was crying, what happened. And then that was like when then like after that, that's when I found the sticker and stuff like that. So to me, it was just so inspiring to see how everything connected, because I was feeling like I wasn't enough. And by the end of like me processing everything and understanding and shifting and really looking deep, this is shadow work, literally, you know what I mean? And then at the end of it, you have to reaffirm those negative thoughts and to positive ones. So this sticker is a reminder for me every day of like literally this experience and this story that I'm telling today, because I was able to reaffirm those negative thoughts of I am not good enough to I am more than enough. The sticker tells me that every day. You are more than enough. Not I'm not good enough, not that I'm just enough. No, you are more than enough. And I really had to go in and reaffirm myself that multiple times that day. Like, and it's a hard process. Like, this process is not easy, especially depending on the negative energy that you are dealing with. Transmuting negative energy is not easy. It's not. Now, the celebrities transmute negative energy by changing the narrative. I know you guys have heard that. They change the narrative. Jay-Z is big for doing this. Look at Jay-Z's cases and how he's able to transmute the energy all the time. He always goes and sits with his friends. Uses his family to shift the perspective of him. That's a lot of what do you think a lot of these people do, or these celebrities do, when they're going to court, or a lot of these people when they're going to court for like these heinous crimes? They go and try to change the narrative. Oh, I'm a family man. Oh, I'm this. Oh, I'm that. That is changing your perspective. They're trying to change the media's perspective, the viewer's perspective, everybody that's watching them's perspective. So now that everybody's aware, like I said, this is the steps. Not everyone's aware of what they're doing. Same thing happened with Jay-Z. Jay-Z and Diddy, right? Not everyone's aware of what they're doing. Now they have to flip the perspective. Oh, Diddy's a good guy. Why y'all lying about Diddy? Diddy did this. Diddy's a great guy. Same thing with Jay-Z. Same thing with all of these pedophiles and rapists. Same thing. They got to flip the narrative, change the mindset. Then, if that doesn't work, what happens is we are flooded with the negativity of them and what they did, because that means they're not transmuting the energy. But sometimes what happens is we're flooded with the positive of them. So they're still trying to flip the perspective. They can't get past the second step, the third step, which is sitting with them and processing what really happened. But that only happens until they're fully exposed, because it's a failure of actually transmuting the energy. But when they do, like say they pay somebody off and they get a settlement, now they're able to sit and process with the feelings or the backlash. You get what I'm saying? And then they're going to come back out with the reaffirming of their career and how good they were and how good they once were, or their music is still good. Do you get what I'm saying? Do you get where I'm going with this and how they do it? They make you aware of it. They shift your perspective. It's either then after they shift your perspective, it can either go negative, very super negative, and we be flooded with the negativity of them or the positivity of them. If it's positive, we'll be flooded with the positivity of them, and then like if they're able to transmute it, we'll be flooded with the positive side of them, like all the positive shit that they do and stuff like that, giving back, and then they'll come back and reaffirm it. But if it's negative and they're failing, it's exactly what's happening right now with Diddy. There will be people that are we're aware of it. They're trying to shift the narrative. We're getting flooded with negative emotions from it, and he has to sit with the feelings and these emotions in jail because he's not transmuting the energy. He has to sit with it. And what happens when you sit with it, you continue to sit with it, you don't process it. There's no positive reaffirming thoughts and negative, because he can't do it. You get what I'm saying? So this is what I'm saying. This is how to transmute negative energy, but it does not work all the time, especially when it's something so big, depending on what you did too. So you can transmute negative energy, such as something, you feeling a certain way and maybe a situation, but it depends on the situation and your feelings. It's sometimes transmuting negative energy takes time, and like a lot of time, because it's trauma. You're trying to shift a lot in a small period of time. But I hope you guys understood this video. I hope you guys understand what I'm saying and what it means to really transmute negative energy. And bye.